everyone. Welcome to Story Time in Seacliff. Oberon gave us a clue yesterday. Some of you guessed the story. I've spoken to some of you. It's a purple crayon. So, of course, the story is Harold and the purple crayon. One evening, after thinking it over for some time, Harold decided to go for a walk in the moonlight. There wasn't any moon, and Harold needed a moon for a walk in the moonlight, and he needed something to walk on. He made a long straight path so that he wouldn't get lost, and he set off on his walk, and he took a big purple crayon with him. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere on the long straight path, so he left the path for a shortcut across a field, and the moon went with him. The shortcut led right to where Harold thought a forest ought to be. He didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree in it. It turned out to be an apple tree. Oh, the apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got red. So he put a frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. It was a terribly frightening dragon. It even frightened Harold. He backed away, his hand holding the purple crayon, and it shook. Suddenly he realized what was happening, but by then Harold was over his head in an ocean. He came up thinking fast, and in no time he was climbing aboard a trim little boat. He quickly set sail, and the moon sailed along with him. And after he had sailed long enough, Harold made land without much trouble. He stepped ashore on the beach, wondering where he was. The sandy beach reminded Harold of picnics, and he thought of picnics. It made him so happy. So he laid out a nice, simple picnic lunch. There was nothing but pie. But there were all 9 kinds of pies. Oh, which one did he like the best? When Harold finished his picnic, there was quite a lot left. He hated to see so much delicious pie go to waste. So Harold left a very hungry moose and a very deserving porcupine to finish it up. And off he went, looking for a hill to climb to see where he was. Harold knew that the higher up he was, the further he could see, so he decided to make the hill into a mountain. If he were high enough, he thought, he could see the window of his bedroom. He was tired, and he felt that he ought to be getting into bed. He hoped he could see his bedroom window from the very top of the mountain. But he looked down over the other side, and he slipped. Oh, there wasn't any other side of the mountain. He was falling in thin air. Luckily, he kept his wits and his purple crayon. He made a balloon, and he grabbed onto it. And he made a basket under the balloon, just big enough to stand in. He had a fine view from the balloon, but he couldn't see his window. He couldn't even see a house. So he made a house with windows, and he landed the balloon on the grass right in the front yard. And none of the windows was his window. He tried to think where his window ought to be. He made some more windows, and he made a big building full of windows. And he made lots of buildings full of windows. He made a whole city full of windows. But none of the windows was his window. He couldn't think where it might be. So he decided to ask a policeman. The policeman pointed the way Harold was going anyway, but Harold thanked him. And as he walked along with the moon, he was wishing that he was in his room and in his bed. Then, suddenly, Harold remembered. He remembered where his bedroom window was when there was a moon. It was always right around the moon. And then Harold made his bed, he got in it, and he drew up the covers, and the purple crayon dropped on the floor and Harold dropped off to sleep. What a lovely, lovely story. It's a very old story and a very good one. Let's check out our birthdays. Oh, today is our friend, Joanna. Yes, it's Joanna. Oh, Joanna has lovely children, Simon and Amelia, and her husband, Grant. And I'm sure they're all celebrating today, but we're going to help them celebrate by singing to Joanna. So let me think. Oh, we don't know what kind of cake Joanna likes. Let me check our book. All right. For vanilla, we have Scarlett, Hudson, Marlo, Molly, Alice, Joseph, Graham, Audrey, Lila, Henry, Rafa. For chocolate, we have Sophia, India, Ben, Bee, Bevy, Riley, Harris, Emily, Nicholas, Amelia, and Simon. Oh, all for chocolate. Let me count. Okay, that looks like 11 chocolate. 11 vanilla. Whoa, the cake is perfectly even. So Joanna, I hope you like both vanilla and chocolate. Let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joanna. Happy birthday to you. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, cameraman Dan. And Oberon, is there a clue for tomorrow? Of course. Oh, I love this one. I love this one. Oh, we've had this crocodile for so long. It's a wonderful crocodile. It's a puppet. All right, so think about our story for tomorrow. This fellow's going to feature in it. Thank you again. And thank you, Oberon. And remember, I love you all very, very much.